Hi, my name is Kaly, and for my experiment, I decided to do a spin on Dr. Scolin's study where he looked at the impact of listening to music right before going to bed on both sleep quality and frequency of earworms. And an earworm can just be defined as any song or tune that gets stuck in your head for some amount of time. So when I came across this study, I instantly thought of TikTok, not only because of its short and catchy tunes, but also because everybody I know watches TikTok all the time, and especially right before they go to sleep. Even just in this study, participants were averaging a total of an hour and a half on TikTok every single day. In this study, participants alternated for 4 days between an experimental condition in which they watched TikTok for the 30 minutes before they went to bed and a control condition in which they used any other form of electronic device as long as it was not using TikTok or other sound for the 30 minutes before they went to bed. Then in the morning, after they woke up, participants completed a sleep diary, like the one shown, that asked them questions about their sleep quality, which could include things like how long it took them to fall asleep, how long they were awake in the middle of the night, how long they slept all together, etc., their perceptions of their sleep quality, which was measured using the Stanford Sleepiness Scale, and whether or not they experienced any earworms, both related to and unrelated to TikTok. After conducting this experiment, the first thing I compared was different aspects of participants' sleep. While total sleep time did not vary much across the conditions, both sleep onset latency, or the time it took them to fall asleep, and WASO, or the amount of time that they woke up during the night, were increased in the experimental condition, as you can see here. However, the results were not significant due to the small sample size. As you might imagine, this was reflected in the participants' rating of their own sleep quality. Lower scales on the Stanford Sleepiness Scale, which is shown here, reflect lower degrees of sleepiness, while higher scores reflect higher degrees of sleepiness or worse perceptions of sleep quality. On the mornings following the experimental condition, participants averaged a score of 5.16, whereas on the mornings following the control condition, they averaged a score of 3.83. While these are not significantly different due to the sample size, it does suggest that TikTok is having an effect on their perceptions of their own sleep quality. Moving on to the earworms reported by participants, this graph shows the percentage of days earworms both related to TikToks and not related to TikToks were reported. The part that I found the most fascinating was that every single experimental condition included the report of at least one earworm related to TikTok, which was not seen in any of the other conditions. Most of the earworms were also reported to occur right before going to sleep, which could have an impact on sleep quality. This study did have multiple limitations, including the small sample size, lack of objective sleep measures, and many other confounding variables that could have impacted sleep. However, it also showed that more research is needed on TikTok and its effect on sleep, especially given its prevalence in younger generations. But maybe try not to get on TikTok right before going to bed.